I have seen the rise and fall, the undulating tide of hope and fear that sweeps across the faces of those who dare to wade into the altcoin ocean. There is a darkness in the market now, an unsettling calm broken only by the anxious tapping of keyboards and restless scrolling through charts stained red. And yet, in this fall, I see possibility. No, it is not madness. It is recognition. Sometimes when the world turns its back, when friends whisper about capitulation, when even the algorithms predict more pain, the richest seeds are sown. Before we dive deeper, let me invite you, yes, you wandering soul with questions. Subscribe now to Crypto 101 Central. You are not alone in this. Click on that bell, let it ring in your ears. This is your journey too, and every turn of the market can become an epiphany if you are ready to hear it. Most altcoins have re-entered their ranges. What does that mean? Imagine a tide that briefly lifts a boat so high you believe you've touched the sky, only to retreat back to the shoreline, as if the sea itself is mocking your ambitions. Yet, there in the ebb, in the splay of exposed sand, beauty can be found, a chance to walk where the waters hid. The same fractal plays out in our market. Range, break, manipulation, re-entry. It is a cycle carved into the digital bedrock. Remember when Bitcoin took its first stabs above those forgotten highs, when Ethereum coiled then struck. We called it a distribution. Wealth moving quietly from weak hands to strong, the market exhaling before another plunge. It is, to most eyes, a bearish continuation. But if you listen, if you let the pulse of the market sync with your quietest fears, it whispers that this is not the end. Solana, for instance, has touched its weekly fair value gap, not by chance but by the determined gravity of stops being taken, one after another, 4 in a row. Highs that felt like summits proved to be mere stepping stones for the next sharp descent. And yet, at the bottom, something ancient stirs. All lows are being swept, gathered. The market is accumulating pain and, perhaps, patience. It seldom moves in a perfectly straight line. It revisits gaps, it teases with hope, then drags you lower. The bounce is over. But is the story? Altcoin indices tell the same tale. We did not break free from the range. Only stop hunts, false escapes, brutal re-entries. As long as these bitter models persist, consolidation, then sudden betrayal, then abrupt expansion to snatch liquidity, the only true compass is humility. I often follow the Coin 50 index. It, too, consolidated, manipulated, faked the breakout, then snapped back. Now it expands downward, a river carving new canyons. This moment is not for the faint of heart. It asks for a cold gaze. For long-term investors, and I count myself among them, the world is not ending. If the story of your asset is strong, if the script of your chosen coin is bold and full of momentum, then this is not a call to empty your wallet in despair. Rather, it is a soft breath, a whispered opportunity. Hold your cash still, its time will come. The treasures in this descent await below the February lows, where only patient eyes dare to look. On Binance Coin, I see the script unfold. The gap filled, then the dance of manipulation and expansion. To long for BNB, I wait below 500, under that, interest kindles. It is not yet in its true reloading zone. It has broken the 0.382, beckoning a test of 0.618 at 530. Better prices may yet arrive. But the annual fair value gap, now that is a beacon. Between 500 and 350, I see the zone where patience might finally taste reward. As long as BNB has not spilled under 500, the altcoin market still has more depths to plumb. There are lines on my chart, bands of memory where I see worth. The vast range, so close to bottom yet never quite within reach. Monthly fair value gaps, those silent pools untouched, wait below the February low. When the market between 150 and 123 billion, then, perhaps, begins a new ritual. The slow, disciplined discipline of DCA. Dollar cost averaging is not romantic. It is not fire or fury. It is the steady heartbeat of believers. The ones worth your patience? Those whose stories bent upward in the last cycle: Solana, Binance Coin, Ethereum, DAO, AAV, Hyperliquid. Even Dogecoin with its ridiculous, radiant faith. XRP, always forgotten, always clinging to its own strange legend. They held bullish dynamism across months, even years. Ignore the ones mired in shadow, like chilies. For what has the market told us about its tail? It purged stops, manipulated, then fell as if the pump itself was a trickster's exit. Bearish markets give birth to bullish lies. These are moves, yes, but not healthy ones. The market maker liquidates all, and stories told in hope die quietly as supply crushes demand. If I could reach you now, take your hand, I would urge caution with assets like Chili's, GLD, tokens chewed up by years of indifference. Do not wager your hope on a return that may only be an exit pump, a last breath before another spiral. Accumulating at $4 and selling at 100 on a distant dawn? No one does it. We are creatures of dreams but also of impatience. People wait 5 years for a 2 times return but hope for 10, then never sell anyway, even if their wish arrives. That is how money slips through fingers, too much longing, not enough recognition. Choose only what has proven itself. The strong are not many, but they are enough. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP. Why? They possess what others lack. The silent confirmation of institutions. The Chicago Mercantile Exchange, guardian of the establishment, will not bother with pointless tokens. They listen. They ask. If the institutions want it, and it survives scrutiny, it is listed. Simple as that. Circle, Coinbase, proxies and derivatives, even they have tails worth following. But above all, do not rush. We are in these long-term zones, standing on the thin blue edge between despair and fortune. Prices may look tempting, but the current is still flowing downward for most. Wait for the story to signal a turn, the structure to shift. Bullish dynamics, the old refrain, are the shield you carry into chaos. Pause, now. If this journey matters to you, click like. It matters more than you imagine. Drop your story into the comments. Have you been burned? Are you still holding, still hoping? Let this be a chorus of battered voices that refuse to fall silent. Global liquidity. There's a poetry to watching it. Watching stablecoin issuance rise and fall, like rainfall in a desert, each drop promising new life but so quickly swallowed by thirsty sand. When Bitcoin and altcoins broke out, no new money arrived. It was as though the market inhaled but forgot to exhale, no liquidity rushing in to lift the boats. The dollar rises, oil advances, indices crumble. US stocks are not being sold to fill crypto portfolios. Why would institutional hands play in the dust when there are wars to fight elsewhere, new fortresses to build? Bitcoin, for all its legend, is not just another coin. It is a beacon, but the altcoins, the countless faceless children in its shadow, they need liquidity's sweet wine. As liquidity contracts, risk appetites shrink. Few dare to dance in the fire. The Russell Index is proof. Small stocks languish, speculative fever wanes. And when the Russell stagnates, so too do the altcoins. It is symphony, cause and effect, echoing the shriveling of risk across all markets. It is all about liquidity, watch the tides. Will there be another cycle? My soul whispers yes. Not out of hope, not out of desire, but out of the simple, cyclical rhythm of our world. Liquidity contracts and expands, eventually the market will breathe in again. Your task is to be ready, to have chosen your companions wisely, to recognize the gentle stirrings of spring under the frozen mud. To see the shadow on the snow, and know it means the sun is near. Do not place your bets on complexity, let others chase the intricate. Simplicity, clear narratives, assets marked by institutional hunger. These are the signposts. Bitcoin and Ethereum, Solana and XRP, Dogecoin if stories from Elon Musk tickle your fancy. TikTok, with its parade of minutes, moves mountains more easily than the most meticulous analysis. People move with rumors, with momentum. So be simple, be clear, be present. I have walked this market for years. I have watched hope die and be reborn, skepticism turn to longing, and apathy to obsession. In this, the fall of the altcoins, you too can find your wealth, not just of coin but of patience, of insight, of knowing the riverbed beneath your feet. If this touched you, if you found a home in my words, subscribe now. Click that bell so the next chapter finds you. Explore other videos. There are lessons waiting in all corners. Thank you for walking this road with me. Until our stories cross again.